Hello, everybody. It's Marcus here. I just wanted to give you guys a quick update on where things are at with this podcast. We're still going to be getting you episodes, no matter what. We're going to grind, get you guys some episodes. Last week was kind of a rough patch for us. We're coming up to the end of the semester. We are getting homework unloaded on us nonstop. So we're currently in that phase of transitioning from all these homework assignments being due to now transitioning into finals week. So we're going to be studying a lot. So last week, with both of us being busy, I was concussed from one of my games. We just decided, hey, let's take a week off. So we will get you an episode this week. And then from here on out, finals is starting. We're going to be studying for finals. So it's going to be a little bit harder to get you guys an episode every single week. We will do our best to get you an episode as quickly as possible, time permitting. And then as we move into the summer, both Matt and I are working 40 plus hours a week. So it's going to be a little bit of a stretch to get you guys an episode every week, but we will 100% be there and produce as much as we possibly can for you guys, as much content for you guys to enjoy and watch. So, with all that being said, we're sorry that there's been a delay, especially last week and in the future, if there is any. There are some things, especially in our busy college lives, that take us away from the podcast. So, um, with that, everything going on, we will continue to get you guys episodes as much as we can. And without a further ado, let's get you into episode 5. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Two Dudes, One Goal, where the goal is to make the world a happier place, one episode at a time. I'm Marcus.
I'm Matt.
All right, and in today's episode, we're going to try to keep it on the shorter side, like we had originally said last episode where we introduced Patel. We're going to try to keep episodes a little bit shorter for you guys, just to make the flow go a little bit better. So today we're going to talk about our everyday lives, what goes into our lives, what we put into our lives, and hopefully what we can get in return. And then when we're done with that, we're just going to get into our continuous 3. So everyday lives. Let's keep it to this past year. You know, we'll say from the start of last summer till now.
Works
So
for me.
cool. All right, Matt. I'm gonna let you take it away. Give us a little background of what your life has been since last summer.
Last summer, been a whirlwind of school.
Yeah.
Just every day, just grind, school, papers, essays. Well, same stuff, you know what I mean? But I like to work out a lot. So I do working out, I do school, I do work. I work only about 2 days a week. I don't have time for anything else. But it's been pretty boring, honestly. Nothing super eventful. There's been a lot of, well, if you're talking about super eventful, I can bring up my car a little bit. My car definitely has been throwing me some curveballs, I guess. A lot of money. I've just got my clutch done a few months back. A lot of money, like I said, especially as a broke college student. You know how it is. It's it's rough life, but you gotta make it to the fullest. Just stick with it, be happy, and just enjoy every day you can.
Yeah.
What about you, Marcus? Let me know.
Um. Yeah. It's been a whirlwind of emotions. For me this past summer. Um. So last at the beginning of the summer, I quit my job working at a restaurant. I was working for anybody who lives in Michigan, if you know it. I was working at Mission Barbecue. I was one of the managers there, and things just didn't work out for me there. So I decided, hey, I'm going to change things up. I'm going to get into a job that I think would help me personally grow physically as well. I ended up starting a landscaping job. Was making a whole lot of money. I was enjoying life. Um, and on top of a job change and all of that and the stresses that come with that, like Matt said, my car decided to take a crap on itself. we'll get into more about our cars because that's actually going to be the start of our continuous 3-year builds of the week are actually our cars. So we'll get into that a little bit later. But my car decided to throw a little wrench at in my life. Summertime for me is let's get let's get the best grades that we possibly can over summer school. That way, then I can kind of further the process of graduation and getting graduated on time. So I was grinding out school, I was grinding out work, and as well as grinding out the gym, trying to put on some weight for my lacrosse season, which I added 10 pounds over the summer. So I got to my weight goal that I wanted to. And then school started, and I was battling a lot of mental problems, depression and like going through the skill like this getting back into the full-time school and every college student goes through the getting back into things kind of like you're just like I don't want to do this. So, it's been a big emotional battle for me and then this season for me has been a stupid crazy battle. This is the most injury prone I've been in a season, and it's really upsetting to me. As I'm getting older, like my body's just shutting down. So, I like I said, um,
Getting older.
I am, dude. My body's getting old. But like I said in the beginning of this episode, I was dealing with a concussion, so we had to delay. We had to push off our recording. And then the game that I came back in from my concussion, I pulled my hamstring. So I'm currently battling that. So, it's just our season's going good. We just need one win to be in the playoffs. So we're just kind of like at this point where everything is lacrosse based right now on top of finals. So, the stress of finals, the stress of making playoffs, the stress of my car, it's weighing on me and I know it is and I know I'm beating myself up and not getting enough sleep. But hey, it's the life of a college student. It's not meant to be easy. It's not it at all. So, you know, both of our goals with college is hey, let's get a good job in the future and better ourselves in the long run. So it's a
Speaking of finals, just want to add something in real quick, Marcus. If
yeah,
we're a little quiet or a little withdrawn today, we have been studying for finals and studying for exams and assessments and all that,
it is currently
mainly
1 in
because
the
it's
morning.
kind of late. We try to be respectful to other people in our house.
Yeah.
We're trying to keep it down a bit, but we don't want to leave you guys hanging. We want to get an episode in because we're going to be busy this week. So we're just trying to get things rolling. So sorry if we're a little quiet or
Yeah.
withdrawn this episode. Just want to let you guys know and give a quick
And future
heads up.
episodes. Because,
Future episodes? What do you mean?
I mean, like, the next 2 episodes are gonna be quiet too. They're probably gonna be late night recording as well because of just studying for finals and, in our free
We'll
time,
try to
so
not to because I hate recording
I
at night, but
hate 1 in the morning of we're recording.
yeah,
It's
I
crazy,
hate
so
it, but, like, we gotta do what we gotta do, you know?
exactly.
Anytime we got free. Just wanna give that heads up, make it a good PSA just for anyone wondering what's going on. Obviously, you could tell it's dark out, so I don't got the light usually I would have. I could turn on my overhead light, but that was just gonna be all washed out, so no point.
Right. Right. Oh,
Alrighty. We
what are
wanna
you
move into the next. Oh, what's
oh,
up?
yeah, I wanted to elaborate on how are you feeling with finals right now? Like, with finals coming
Ooh.
up and classes, how are you feeling? Because I know you and I are feeling the same, but, like, explain
Bro,
it.
what do you mean we're feeling the same? We got the same classes, bro. So we know how it is.
Explain what you and I are going through right now.
Stressed.
Yeah.
You're lucky you get to skip our we have a final on Wednesday. You're lucky you get to skip it. I haven't studied for it at all. I gotta start studying tomorrow and Tuesday, and then I got a paper due Tuesday, and then I got presentation and another paper due Wednesday. Well, due Tuesday, for presenting Wednesday, got another paper due Tuesday. So I have 2 papers, an exam, an online exam. It's stressful. I mean, it's not as bad as like other people that are like in engineering or like medical, but people talk down business majors, but there's still a lot going on. It's no, I don't have to put as much hours in as I used to as engineering.
For
Engineering, I would put in like at least 24 hours a week studying for just a single class. I want to say a week, probably like yeah, probably about a week. Yeah, 20 to
mhm.
24 hours a week just studying for a single class. And that was only my freshman year. Like I couldn't. That's why I moved to business. I'm like, I'm good. I have more important stuff to do than have to retake class and spend more money. So
Mhm.
it's still stressful, nevertheless.
So just as a
That's my
refresher,
take
what's
on
your
it, though.
major in the college of business?
Marketing, I'm going to sales, hopefully.
Okay.
Hopefully in the automotive industry. It's just a good base pay, and then I could plan on going to entrepreneurship when I'm a little bit older and have more money and a good base. Because if you guys wanna go in entrepreneurship, it's a nice thing to do if you know the research, if you've done your research and you're prepared and you're ready for it, go ahead, do it. But I'm just doing this for my family and a good backup plan. College is a great backup plan. Go in as little debt as you can. I would recommend little to no debt. But you know how it goes. It's kinda hard sometimes to not go into debt.
Yeah. I mean, and I think that's what drives people away. You obviously see a lot of demographics of, college students are come from a wealthier background and stuff just because a lot of the poorer background people, they're afraid of the debt and they just want to work so they don't have debt. Like for me, example, I don't come from money. I don't come from money at all, but and I'm taking out student loans so I can better myself in the future. And unfortunately, that's the world that we live in. College is stupid expensive. So, for any young
Pay
people
for a
out,
piece of paper.
exactly. But
80 grand for a piece of paper, man, it's
right,
crazy.
it's wild. But any young kids out there, you know, you don't have to go through college. You don't have to do college. It's highly recommended for you to be extremely successful in this world. You can go into trades, you can do whatever you want, and it's your life. You live it. But one thing I will say is college brings memories that you can't get if you don't go into
Experience.
experience, friendships. Matt and I, we met in college, and look where we are now.
Engineering.
We met in an
Chemistry,
engineering program
technically,
and
but
but that's
it's
the
still
basis of
CCS. Yeah.
right. I mean, that's not saying like you won't make friends outside of it, but you
Get
make
connections.
it's yes the connections, but in high school you're not gonna hang out with the same group that you hung out in high school with the rest of your life. You're lucky if you do, but you
In
make
college. You said in high school, you hang out with the same group in high school, but in college, you're gonna lose a lot of those friends that you had, mainly because you don't have time. But what's cool about that is you're gonna make new friends in college. You're gonna move on.
yes,
It's an experience that not many people can understand. We're not as fortunate to go away to school, but honestly, I'm glad I'm not away to school. I save so much more money. I can focus
yeah,
way more time on actual school, and I'm not going into more debt. Because you could when you stay at home school, you actually can make money while you work. You could while you're doing school, you could work as well. So it's definitely the move to do. But if you want to go away to school, it's definitely a way better experience. But
mhm.
just forewarned, you're gonna spend a lot more money, at least 40 grand, 20 to 40 grand extra just to go away to school.
Well, I mean, the school that we go to in state is like
It's still so
10 to 13 grand a year, depending on what your course load is. The out
Mhm.
of state is like 38. Actually,
Really?
I'm gonna look that up. Yeah.
U of M, man. We're not even going to Ann Arbor and it's still that much money. I'm not gonna classify Flint or Dearborn, but it's it's a lot of money, man.
In-state tuition
Damn. You need glasses or something, bro?
it's so small. Yeah, so
Control plus.
in-state is roughly 12 grand, which is actually kind of false. That's based off of old. Um, but
That's so
nine,
wrong.
I'm
No.
paying around 9 to 10 typically. And then oh yeah, tuition for in-state 14, out of state 31. Yeah, so if you
And
are gonna
if
go
you wanna
away to
take
a co
summer classes, it's gonna be more. 3 grand a class in summer.
yeah, it's college is a grind,
Is it? Yeah,
guys.
3 grand, yeah?
Roughly, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like 2.7, something like that?
Yeah, it's
Still
something
way
weird.
too much money.
But
Still way
like
too much money, man.
but college is like we said, it's an experience, it's something that you can do, it's something you can stride for. It's just I recommend it because you meet a lot of good friends, you gain a lot of experience and exposure to things that you wouldn't in high school or a community college. Like community college is a great way to get your associate's degree, and a lot of jobs now
Mhm.
are accepting associate degrees. Um, but a 4-year institution like we go to is probably the best bet. But you know,
University,
oh yeah, it's
a
still,
university.
yeah, university is better, but
Community college works, but if you really want like a good like so like you get a university, you have like let's say randomly like you have a 50-50% chance to get a job if you have a university. It all depends on little things like clubs, experience, all that stuff. But if you have a 50-50% at a university, you're gonna have a 25, maybe even lower percent chance to get that job if you go to a community college. It's gonna be cheaper, but realistically, community college is gonna not give you the full exposure you need to get in a great job. It'll work if you really need it. It'll work. You could build yourself up. Just entry level will be a lot lower because it's not a university.
mhm,
You're gonna spend a lot more money. There's pros and cons to this stuff. At the end of the day, it's up to you. It's a great if you even if you don't want to go to college, it's a great B plan. You know, if you well not B plan, plan plan B.
you plan.
Like, it's a great plan B to anything you want. Like, if you wanna do anything, if you just wanna go to a trade or do entrepreneurship and just skip it, you can everything's available on the internet now. You can do anything you want so easily, just read books and do your research. But if you're worried about falling behind and maybe going broke and just piling on debt that you can't afford, imagine if you go into entrepreneurship and you start doing real estate and then the real estate market drops and you're in loan and you're in debt to a massive house. How are you gonna afford that if you can't get a stable job that's gonna be
Mhm.
paying you, you know? It's just
Yeah,
a great plan B for anyone that's wondering, but that's
I agree.
it. But you're still gonna go into a lot in debt. But realistically, if you can pay it off as soon as possible, that's the biggest move. And also, you can just pay monthly plans for the rest of your life too. That works too.
That's
Like my mom just paid off her school debt.
I'm
Like,
not
and
ready
she's
for that.
47 and just paid it off. There's pros and cons to it, obviously. You
Oh
can make
yeah.
your own choices, but that's our experience, our little knowledge to put in and add to it.
Well, I hope you guys take
Yeah.
in a little bit of advice from everybody, including us. Like, college is the way to
Best of
go.
luck.
So yeah, exactly. And best of
It's
luck.
not the way to go. It's not the way to
I
go,
think
but
it
it's
is.
definitely an option. It's an
I
option.
it's not to you don't have to be in college. You don't have to graduate with a 4-year or a bachelor's degree. You don't have to be successful, and like to get that to be successful, there's other ways. But I personally think the networking, the experience, and the friendships that you gain is 100% worth going to college and a 4-year
Especially
institution.
networking is huge, man. People don't realize how big it is until you're in it, and then you're like, I don't have any connections. Like if you go into real estate or any other entrepreneur level job or just goal, if you don't have that connections, it's gonna hurt you. It really is. So it's great to just know people as you can.
Mhm.
But again, at the end of the day, it is a lot of money for a piece of paper. But that piece of paper will get you an extra 20 grand at a job.
Yeah, well, it
And
will.
that's a lot.
It's a difference between low income and high income.
90 and 110.
Yeah, really. It's
90 is
like,
still high income, but 50 to 70 is still a lot of a big gap, low to high.
yep.
All right. Well, we rambled on for a little bit.
Yeah. Oops.
Let's move on. We can ramble all day long. If you guys want longer or shorter, keep us updated. We'll always look in the
Please.
comments.
Yes.
Just we'll if you guys we'll respond to every comment. We'll look at every comment. If you comment, we will see it. Don't you worry. I hope you know that.
Yep. Oh, yeah, we will respond to it.
Especially
Okay.
since we're new.
Yeah. All right. So, build of the week. Like I had mentioned before, we were going to talk about our cars. And we decided, hey, you know what? Let's shy away from the crazy exotic builds and let's just keep it within the episode. Let's make it about us and our cars. Obviously, has given us some troubles and what we want to do with it and what our future plans are with cars. Um,
Forgot about that. Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
so, um, you know what? I'm gonna kick us off for build of the week because mine, it's just quick and easy. Um, so when I first bought my car, it is a 2012 Buick Verano, my very first car that I ever bought. Um, I was in a couple of options, different options that I could have bought, but this car I kind of felt met my
matched me personally and my personality. So it was more of, hey, it's got the tinted windows. It's kind of cool. And then a couple of days into me owning it, I hit a rock, so I had to get I bent my rim, so I had to get a bunch of rim. I had to get all four rims, and I kind of did a little color scheme to it, where they're a dark gray rim and with the silver car and black windows. So it was just kind of like a middle ground. So I was like, that's kind of a cool little look. And
This is
then,
daily driver. This is his main car, if you were wondering.
oh
That's
yeah,
his
yeah, yeah,
car he drives
yeah,
every
that's my
day.
my
Ford
Ford
GT. He drives
TT.
that
Yeah,
every day,
yeah, yeah,
But,
yeah.
like, not every day, only in the weekends. That's his weekend car.
That's my Sunday driver. um, and then a couple of days after I got my new rims and tires, my transmission blew up on me, and then about a month after I got my car back from the shop of getting a transmission redone, my engine blew up. I put a new engine in it, and then here we are, almost a year from when I got my car back. I've been having engine problems with it after it being rebuilt, and I finally think I got the engine tuned back down to where it needs to be and back into working order. Just for more problems to come out. I've got a wheel bearing going out. I've got brake problem that I'm trying to figure out. Why are my brakes warping constantly? I just need to do all four corners.
Already
Um,
told you why, man.
I know. I got to do all four corners of my brakes. I have to do all four corners on suspension. I think I have an exhaust leak. But my car's paid off. So, I've got a solid car. It's only got 5,000 miles on the new engine. So, I've got a solid car for the next 5 to 10 years. So it's just doing the fine details to have a really nice car.
Honestly, you don't really gotta do rear suspension, if I'm gonna be honest with you.
they're,
Yes, you do have the
they're
linkage going out,
clunking. They're clunking.
but the rear suspension realistically is the most durable part of the suspension. It doesn't get hit as hard. The front
Yeah.
suspension takes the most brute because you'll realize once the front suspension hits the hole or the bump, you'll be like, "Let me adjust for the rear wheels."
Yeah.
So, realistically, you don't have to unless they're on coilovers, but it's definitely nice to just fix it before it goes too bad.
Well, I mean, it
It is
also
like 140,000 mile or something like that rear suspension.
it is. Yeah. No, there's still stock. So original miles on the odometer is 141,000 miles. I've put
I know.
20,000 on it. Since I got it, 'cause I got it with 121, and it's sitting at 141 right now. So I've put 20,000 on it since I owned it, and I've had it for 2 years now. Which 10,000 miles a year is absolutely ridiculous. But
I'm
um,
with you on that.
I mean, I drive so much, as a commuter and practice, and it's just a lot. So
It's not even that, you just enjoy it though too, like, it's just fun to drive.
it is a lot
Like,
of fun to drive.
when you really like your car, it's just like, you wanna drive it anywhere, like, any excuse you got, you wanna drive
Well, and especially since it was my first big purchase in my life, like I saved up all my money to buy a car, and
after
uh,
the Malibu.
after my Malibu, I had a pimped out Malibu. I don't have a picture of it, but um, I had a pimped out Malibu aftermarket
Excuse
sound
me.
system. Um, thing was bumping. It was a fishbowl, but it was a fun car. But I had transmission
Max subs in a
problems, and
fishbowl.
yeah, dude, it was so that thing was bumping. Like I had to weather tech everything because everything was rattling. So that's what that the transmission went on that. That's what prompted me to buy this car because I was a hand me down. So I was like, hey, I'll just buy my own car and feel good about my life and purchase. And so I kind of regret buying it, but I don't at the same time because it taught me a lot that I need to know for the future. So what to look for when I buy my next car and what to do. And so I think it's a fun little experience, little life experience.
Alright, let me kick it off with the
Yeah.
Dodge Dart. Alright, everyone, I don't know when he's gonna put it up on the screen, but you guys can see it now. My baby, my pride and joy. Well, previous pride and joy. She is she's a 2015 Dodge Dart GT, fully packaged out. Great car, very fortunate to have her. There's been a lot of issues with her, not gonna lie with you guys. I've had to replace 3 of the 4 rims. As you know, aluminum, as you drive on them, there's gonna have micro fractures in it. It's 100 I started breaking rims around 75,000 miles 'cause Michigan. It's a 18-inch rim on a low profile tire. Oh, dude, those things broke so frequently. Every flat tire I got, it was a broken rim. So on top of the $200 tire, I'm also paying 350, 400 on a new rim, and they stopped making these rims. So it adds up pretty quick. And one thing I did realize, it was constantly always my front rims that were breaking. My back rims never were, but it was my front rims were the point of contact every time. But mainly I realized is like I thought maybe it was my suspension. I replaced the suspension as well, which was $800 down the fucking drain. Sorry for swearing. Sorry for
Never
cussing.
guessing.
But exactly. But that thing's awesome. My very first car. Well, other than the leases I drove through high school, I'm very fortunate. My parents gave me a lease for my high school, two of them actually, because they ran out. Um, She's great. I tinted her out. First thing I did was tint her out. I did a muffler delete. Yes, it's a dart. Okay, I know. I know. Don't bag on me too much. But it's a manual. I wanted to enjoy it. I wanted it to be mine. I put a red racing stripe on it. I did, as you can see, the fog lights are blacked out on the. Then they have this little silver line. I made it red. Tinted it out. Tinted out the back lights. Ma- Put on drilled and slotted rotors. Had to change the back calipers because the parking brake kept locking up and fried my back rotors. And fried your back rotors, there goes your front rotors as well, as Marcus knows that.
Oh,
But so my front and back warped. I replaced my back on my wheel bearings. Sadly, it was just it felt like my tire was gonna fall off when I was driving anything above 65. Honestly, 55 felt like my tire was gonna fall off. Just horrible rattling. It wasn't even like the brakes that were rattling. It was just my wheel bearing. Like, it was the worst drone ever known to man. I've never experienced something that bad, just both of them were going out completely. But great car. It's the Mopar quality is pretty bad, not gonna lie. I just replaced my coolant system. My intake blew, and then my overflow line snapped off of the actual quick connect piece that went into my engine. So I had to replace that overflow line. I had to replace the intake into the engine for the coolant. A lot of work. Funny enough, I showed my dad it. He started poking at it, and he poked at it a little too much, and the coolant line actually bursted. Hot steam, hot coolant everywhere, man. It was a wreck. So it was probably sitting in my driveway for about a week. That was the most recent thing, though. And then there was the brakes. That was second. And then it was after the brakes, it was the real bearings and the rear brakes. Did them separately, but I figured out if the rear ones go, so are the front ones. So I replaced the front ones after that as well. And then what was after that? Suspension and then rims. A bunch of issues with this car, but it was still a great car. I fixed everything. It's about 104, almost 105,000 miles on it. I got it at about 62, I would say. I mean,
yeah, but
62
you've
is
had
not
the car
bad.
for a long time though.
I've had it for 3 years. I've put over 10,000 miles on it a year.
Yeah.
But community school, driving it everywhere I go, working out, work. I don't got practice or anything like that, but it's a manual. I love driving that car. Oh, can't forget, I replaced the clutch too. 2.5 grand down the dang toilet, man. It's rough. It was a rough time in my life just having to buy all that stuff. But at the end of the day, I really like this car. I do plan on selling it. Yeah, it's sad. It's a sad day when I see her leave, but I like to see her. I hate to see her walk away, but I love to see her leave. Or no, it's opposite. I hate to see her leave, but I love to see her walk away.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping I can sell it for a little bit more. I still have 5 grand on it, but we'll see how that goes. I'm trying to sell it before any more issues pop up.
Well,
But it's a
when
great
I
car.
when I sold my
I don't think
Malibu,
any
I
issues will pop
cried.
up.
Because that
Really?
was my first car. Yeah, that was my very first car. I cried. So be prepared. Wow. Be prepared. Like you're gonna like be like, oh,
It's
like
gonna suck, but I'm gonna upgrade.
yeah.
We'll get into that in the future. Well, I'll wait a little bit until we start talking about that. But great car, lovely thing. It's a little go kart. People hate on the Dart Man, but
It's actually kind of a
it's
fun one.
it's so much fun to drive. I've driven with Marcus in it. It's not. It's a kind of a boat. It's still kind of heavy because it's a Mopar, but it's slow. But doesn't matter. It's the sound. It's the experience. It's the feel of a car. If you have not driven a manual in your life, I would totally just suggest you guys go drive one or get a manual when you can learn It's a great thing to know. Not many people know how to do it. It's a great flex, I'd say. Now I wouldn't say it's a flex, but it's a good experience.
How about
Live
your
life to your fullest
anti-theft? Have you ever
and
thought of that?
anti-theft.
Yeah.
People look into your car, like Mopars. People love stealing these Dodge. It's a Dart. No one's gonna steal a Dart. But at the end of the day, they look into a car. They see it's manual. They're like, "I'm good." They'll make it 5 blocks down the street, blow the clutch or blow the transmission, and then hop out and run. And it's just not worth their time. So not many people know how to drive that, especially in the
I don't
20th
even know how
century.
to
You know?
start it.
Yeah, they would start it, put the push on the brake, and when it started, it would just beep at them, and they're like, "All right, I'm done."
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
fun car. I would recommend anyone to learn manual. It's a great experience, honestly. And I had a raccoon the other day too, sadly. So I do have to fix the front bumper. I have an extra red stripe though. I have a little bit extra because I didn't go all the way down my back. I left it right at the tail lights, right above it. It kind of looks like a little eyebrow slit. It's kind of cool.
It is pretty
But
cool.
but I got the extra stripe. I'll just throw it on the new bumper. Well, it's a journey, man, but it's a great car to drive, honestly. Go kart. Great car. I'll end at that. Let's
Yeah.
if you guys want to continue on, what are we looking at next? All right. The draft.
We're getting into our draft. Yeah. So sticking on the cars. I know we've done Rocket League cars. Did we do a car draft? I don't think we did a car draft.
We've
Maybe-
done chips, Rocket League cars,
Yeah, so we haven't done a full car one.
NFL
strictly
teams?
cars.
No,
I can't remember. That's not good. Um,
that's really bad. Hey, bro, your concussion's really maybe you
That
shouldn't
is-
have played, bro. I'm just saying. But
listen.
I'll bust your balls till the day we die about that, man.
That's fine. That's fine. We'll talk about it at a campfire when we both have our kids running around. Hey, remember that time?
Nah, I'm gonna be a single rich uncle. That's what's gonna happen to me, bro. I'm gonna be the single rich uncle.
All right, good. All right,
I bet.
I'll take that. But yeah, so we're gonna get into car brands. We're gonna do a draft of what car brands we would want in our Oh no, we did do a car one. We did the Carvana one where we were limited.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yep.
this one is just there's no limitations. You can pick any car brand that you absolutely want, and then we'll ask for your guys' help. See who won the draft on an overall based of who had the most balanced garage for what you would take. So, Matt, what's your first overall pick?
So we're doing brands, correct?
Uh,
Just any brand.
Yeah.
Exotic, common,
it can
Detroit.
be anything. Anything.
Okay. Just out of pure quantity, I know I might get some backlash for this. Oh wait, no, I can't. Okay, so how does this work? So you know how Caddy is Chevy and then Lincoln is Ford? Are those
Those
two
are
different
car
brands?
Those are brands. Those are brands.
I almost said manufacturer. That was almost bad.
Oh yeah,
Those
we're
was
not
really
doing manufacturer. That would so shrink all of our options.
Just GM.
Well, which one?
I'd win.
Yeah,
I'd win.
because-
I'd win.
Exactly. Yeah, no. So brands.
Let's stick it easy. Ferrari.
I like
Ferrari is a great brand, I'd say.
That's a great number one. I will give you a Ferrari on that one. Yeah. Obviously,
Ferrari.
any car guy is gonna
Ferrari.
want some sort of sports car.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's no doubt that I'm gonna obviously take your competitor. I'm
Lamborghini.
gonna take my Lambos.
The Lamborghini. That was bad. Sorry, but you know how it goes.
Number two.
Here we go. So, quick question.
Mhm.
Corvette.
That's Chevy.
What brand is? I know it's Chevy, but it's a different logo. It's just
Doesn't
Chevy,
matter.
or
It's a
would it-
Chevy car. It's a GM car. It's a Chevy car. Yeah. So
I know, but Caddy's a GM too, though. So is Buick.
well, I know, but
Is it called a Chevy Corvette?
yeah,
Or is it
it's
just called the
It's
Corvette?
called the Chevrolet Corvette.
Okay. Just wondering.
So if you take Chevrolet, you're taking
not taking-
the
I'm
Equinox.
not taking
You're taking
Chevy.
the Trax. You're taking the Corvette.
No, I don't want the Trax or the Equinox.
Yeah,
I'm
you
good.
take
I did drive an
Blazer.
Equinox. Fun car.
That's fine.
Blazer's alright. Blazer's
But
cool.
that's what I'm
Blazers
saying.
are
Like
nice for it.
that's exactly what you're taking. You're taking every car that
Mhm.
manufacturer or
Yeah.
that brand has made.
You missed out, bro. I know he took a great competitor, but
You're gonna
no
have me
one's
excited.
topping a Bugatti. No one's topping a Bugatti. No one is, man.
Okay, so you
How do I
went with
spell this?
two.
How am I blanking on this?
You went with
That definitely was wrong, eh? Oh, it's 2 G's. Aha. 1
mhm.
T.
You
Bugatti.
took two
Bugatti.
sports brands. I like that, and I think I'm gonna follow you on that.
It's $1 million cars. Oh, it is 1 G, 2 T's. I was correct, bro. You
Oh, it
screwed me
is.
up.
My bad. My bad.
Yeah, I'm like, Bugatti? That doesn't seem right. I spelled it right. Okay, bet.
You
What are
ready
you
for
like,
this
Aston
one?
Martin?
Nope. Nope.
Pagani. You're going Pagani. Koenigsegg.
I'm gonna take Koenigsegg
An egg. You're taking an egg? Okay.
just because
Okay.
you went with two sports car brands, two exotic brands. I'm gonna follow suit. I'm gonna follow
You
suit.
missed out with
Now,
the Koenigsegg, bro. Pagani's better.
oh, okay.
Better build
I
quality for sure.
100%. I like Pagani. I really do, but I think Koenigsegg's a little bit better.
As you know, as I was just talking, I'm gonna go with the Pagani. I
Dude,
know,
you're
I
going
know, it's
straight
basic.
sports cars. All right.
I'm going money's worth, man. I'm sorry, but I have to.
Okay. Um. ugh,
I have to go with the Pagani, bro. It's just straight cash value.
I'm gonna.
That's what I'm aiming for. You can aim for genre and like variety, but I'm
I'm.
aiming straight
I'm leaning.
cash.
You're gonna leave straight cash. Okay, then I'll leave. I'll leave my next pick on the table. Because I want an all around garage. So it's like, well, hey, I gotta go pick up this. Well, I'm gonna go get in my truck. I gotta go do this. Well, I gotta go pick up the
I
kids. I'm
didn't
gonna
even.
take that.
Yeah.
I'm thinking variety. You know,
Okay.
Lamborghini has the Urus. That's a great family car. Like they have the Aventador. That's a great sports car. Koenigsegg. That's just a straight up machine. So
Yeah.
that's where my mind's going, and I'm kind of stuck on my next car here. I have to do it,
What's
and
the
I know
brand?
I'm gonna receive backlash, but I'm gonna go with Ford.
Ram.
I'm gonna go with Ford.
The
So
GT. GT.
the
Okay.
GT, the
Raptor R.
Mustang, the Raptor. That's kind of my idea. The I would F350.
F50 is a little too big. F250 is the good size. F350 is too much like a utility vehicle.
It's so gorgeous.
You know what I'm about to do? I'm about to steal a competitor, bro. Yes, Chevys rust to the ground, especially Silverados. But oh wait a minute.
Surprised you're not taking the one that I thought you would take. You have already taken by now.
So with Ram, how does that work?
That's a Dodge.
It's just Dodge.
Yeah,
I know it's
Ram.
like Dodge Jeep Ram.
Yeah, Ram. It's a Dodge Ram. Like it's not. It's a
So Ram is so like I know
Ram is
Ram is like
Dodge.
the brand, but like that's Stellantis and Mopar are very well, previous Mopar and now Stellantis. Very tricky.
Yeah, but yeah, but what
Like a Jeep's a brand, Dodge is a brand, and Ram's a brand. So if I chose Ram, I'd only get Ram trucks.
yeah.
The TRX is not worth it. I'm sorry, but it's not. It's a nice car, but it's not worth it, man. It really isn't. I don't want to stick with the Ram 1500 or Ram.
Ram is its own brand,
Yep, that's what I thought.
so you could take
I'm
both.
going Chevy.
Okay. Wow.
I don't need a boat. I'm good.
All right.
Too many issues with Mopar. I'm good. Wonder what brand you're thinking I was gonna take. Probably a Dodge. Yeah, no, I'm good, bro.
So
Dealt with the
I
issues too
have
much.
I have
Mopar's
my
quality's
well,
dog.
yeah. So I have my next two picks, but I'm debating on them. Do I go with my dream car and then a nice car, or do I just full on pick
You already
nice
picked your dream
cars?
car.
No, I didn't.
I thought it was
No.
a nice drift fox body or drag fox body.
Oh, that's my dream build. My dream car is a
Oh,
Nissan
I've never.
GTR.
Yep. Nissan. Okay.
So I want to take Nissan, but the sports cars. I've got the night. So I'm gonna leave it on the table, see how long it'll go. No, I have to take it now. I'm gonna take Mercedes Benz for the luxury.
Mercedes. I regret taking Pagani, but it's all right. Kind of wanted some more variety, but it's fine. Cash is nice. Cash is king.
I mean, Ferrari just made a SUV. I
They
mean,
did.
yeah.
Did. I don't think it's been released yet, but yeah.
No, it hasn't been released, but it's been revealed. They spent
hmm
it's a $90,000
Too much
Mazda.
money.
I literally
Yeah.
have a meme about it on my phone because I sent it to my dad laughing at it because it's ugly, but it's an SUV.
All right. This is an easy pick. You know how it go. It's another German brand. You know one of my favorite German brands. Ain't no Beamer, I'll tell you that much. The Audis.
Take it.
Audis are beautiful, bro. It's the aggressive luxury mixture. You can't beat it. Hands down, you
Mhm.
cannot beat them Audi with the luxury and performance aspect of things. Way more reliable than a Beamer as well. Not as
Agree.
much engine problems. Beamers have way too much spun rod bearings. Yeah,
Mhm.
they spin them too much, bro. I'm good.
All right. Your final pick was Audi.
Was an Audi.
Okay. All right. Now, any car people out there, you'll understand why I'm taking this pick. And I'm only taking this pick for one car. It is a legend that was discontinued, I think, in 2012. That is impossible to find, and they are worth almost $1 million. I am going to go with my fifth and final pick, Lexus.
I knew it, bro. I knew it.
Give me an LFA all
I
day.
was thinking about it,
A
bro. That was gonna be.
screamer. A screamer of a car,
I
dude.
was stuck between a Lexus and an Audi. I
My
was
head
thinking
is
the
so
LFA and the
scared.
RFA.
Yeah, dude. I would
No, RFA, RFC, RFA, the V8,
I
the
think
Sushi V8. I think it's an RFA.
no. There's just the LFA.
RCF. Sorry.
RCF, yeah. That's a good sounding car too. Oh, you're
The the
disagreeing.
Sushi V8. Oh yeah, I'm gone. The
So
Sushi V8.
I think you know what, overall, I think I would take both of our garages at any point. Like we could so interchange. Like I think these are pretty good garages. So
I definitely have one too many hypercars, but that's okay.
okay, that's okay. It's you
Can't
wanted
complain about too many hypercars, man.
no. Let us know in the comments which garage you would take. Um, and we are gonna slowly bring this episode. uh, we're gonna bring this episode to a close with our quote of the day. Um, so I'm gonna go with mine first, just to give Matt a little bit of extra time to prep. Um, we had already mentioned this, and especially Matt did. He touched on this a lot. But my quote is, the true beauty of a car isn't the way that it looks, it's the way that it makes you feel. you feel driving that car? Obviously, the looks are important too, but how does that car make you internally feel? Is my quote of the day.
Say that again.
You didn't hear it?
No, I had a quote in my head. I just want to double check I had it correctly.
The true beauty
Oh,
of
I
a car
see.
isn't the way it looks, but in the way it makes you feel.
Respect all builds. You know how it goes. We should have named our podcast Eminem. Everyone knows this quote. Everyone is. You're a car guy. You know this quote hands down. The only reason people don't classify me as car guys because I drive a Dart, but trust me, I'm a car guy at heart. I just don't have the money for it yet. I live my life a quarter mile at a time. Everyone knows it, man. Dom Toretto, my bald brother, bro. The homie.
Similar.
Dude, best quote ever. I know I could have picked a Paul Walker quote. Rest in peace, man. Legend. But I live my life a quarter mile at a time. Same way I live my life, man. You just drive and you just go with it. Just keep going, keep going, keep going. Don't let it go by too quick. Don't let it go by too quick. A mile is too quick. A quarter mile at a time is a great quote, and I try to live by that. One of my main things I like to talk about is Kaizen. It's a Japanese philosophy about self-improvement and bettering yourself a little by little by little by little. Not all at once, but little by little. Big thing. You don't want to rush into things. You want to be prepared. You want to be ready and focused. And if you live your life quarter mile at a time, same relates to everything in life. Take your time, work on one thing, and just grind. Nothing's gonna be handed to you. Just keep working, guys. I have faith in y'all. That's my quote. I live my life a quarter mile at a time.
That's gorgeous. I'm glad that you brought that up. That is a legend of a quote.
Oh, dude, you can't beat it, man.
That one.
Can't beat it at all.
Well,
Oh my.
that wraps up our episode. So thank you all for tuning in to the 5th episode of Two Dudes, One Goal. I hope, this is number 5, yeah. So I hope you all have a great day, great night, whenever you're watching it. One thing we always say, stay happy. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Stay
Peace.
happy, guys. Have a great night. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.